All right. Good morning, free folk. Had a little rough start this morning, but I think we got it covered. Rough start as far as the stream goes. So today is non-farm payroll day, just to get right in it. And yo, look at that, non-farm payrolls. The forecast was 650,000 new jobs. They actually created 850,000. 200,000 more than expected, right? Which is phenomenal for the economy. But you have to figure that the feds have got to stop making excuses for not raising interest rates. And you know what? You probably won't see anything through the summer, and people are going to wait for schools to open. But hey, Dave, how you doing? Meet Kevin. Oh yeah, I think another guy here who's a friend to the channel might have given a shout out. But good to see you. You know, you see in the description, we're off-grid trading. So I want to let you know that sometimes the signal drops and I lose the stream. So if you hit the subscribe and you hit the bell, as soon as I get it back up, you'll get notified, and I usually get it back up quick. But and if you hit the like, man, I appreciate it. It helps promote the channel. So as I was saying, the non-farm payrolls came in better than expected. So I don't think that what they're doing with interest rates and it being transient is going to hold water eventually. I think they're going to start getting more and more aggressive on the raising of interest rates. As such, I've taken a position, a short position on bonds using an ETF called TBT, and that's anticipating that the bonds rise, or rather the bond prices drop, which has an inverse effect on interest rates, making them go higher. So that on that note, but there's a trade that I like to do on non-farm payroll day, and what you see before you is where my cursor is dancing around. This is the futures on the S&P 500, and right here are the futures on bonds, and both 30-minute charts. And what I look for is the one market that has the strongest reaction to the report, and that could either be a strong move up or a strong move down. So I'm going to watch this for the first half hour and see which of these has the strongest move. And obviously you could see that the S&P has the strongest move, and we'll wait for that to close, and hopefully, I mean, we still have some time for the new bar. Actually, I should start making a new bar already. Yeah, it's 9:03. We should be looking at a new bar. Let's reload the data. And then the next bar, we're going to wait and look for a consolidation. If the next bar consolidates a little bit, it kind of makes a bear flag. That's what we're looking for. And we're waiting for the third bar to either trigger a bear flag or break the high, whatever the high is. If it doesn't make a formal bear flag, makes another high, we're going to wait for the third bar to break the high. But we want to see a consolidation first. Or instead of taking the flag, you could wait for it to break the high. To be more conservative, and our stop will go below the consolidation bar. So basically for this trade, we're just we have to wait for the next half hour and see where that leaves us. Oh, you know what, this might be delayed because of my data. So we'll probably trade the SPX at the open. Thank you, Dave. Hey, Loop and Loop. Good to have you back. Hey, Mr. Williams. Good morning. Good to have everybody back. So so basically that's the trade. That's the non-farm payroll report trade. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 daily I mean, obviously it was a strong bar, closed up strong, so we can expect a strong market. I mean, it's kind of crazy, all these all-time highs it's making. If we dropped it back down to the 60-minute, bank. Nice tail to the bottom on the 60-minute. Am I, yeah, okay, good. That's the last bar. And a nice bullish move on the momentum. Just can't argue with that, right, folks? Let's look at AMC, see what it's doing for some of you AMC fans. Got the 60-minute rounding out right here. It could be making a higher low, but obviously the 60-minute is in a downtrend, hasn't done anything to reverse the momentum. The price action's in consolidation. I mean, you know, you just can't argue that, and it's going to remain in consolidation until it either breaks this 5102 or breaks out at the 6520. Otherwise, it's just a wait and see pattern. You know, just hanging on. And you'll see the same thing on the daily on AMC. I mean, just in this consolidation, you know, that's the short of the long. Just the daily momentum is very negative, which makes me wonder. I mean, fundamentally, there's nothing going on to encourage anybody to buy the stock other than everybody who's hype on the squeeze play. And if it's true that the hedge funds went delta neutral on the play, then this might be a wrap. But I haven't seen anything to confirm that. We just saw a brief article, and then it disappeared, and we haven't been able to track that article since. So that's the short of the long. So we're just going to wait for the market to open. Nothing really else on the news front. You do have the minutes of the last Fed decision next Wednesday, I believe it is. But yeah, you know, there's no surprises in there. Everybody knows what to expect. Yeah, here it is, FOMC minutes on next Wednesday, which is cool. Wednesday's kind of a choppy day anyway because you have the non-farm and everybody focuses on it. Core inflation rate, that's going to be a doozy. But that's the following Tuesday. That's when we get into mid-month. I mean, 4th of July is already here. It kind of feels like the summer is ending when 4th of July arrives. Everything just takes off from that point, and then it's a wrap. But that's okay. I'm heading south, baby. Heading south. What did I do with that 30-minute chart? There she is. Must have some delays here. That's a good move. And you don't have to worry about capital gains on that 401k. That's a beautiful way to grow it. You know, as long as you have good risk management. Yeah, 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 you do. I mean, I know a lot of 401ks are very restrictive, but if you pull it out, I think you could roll it into an IRA. Oh, yeah, that's what he did. Put it into a self-directed IRA. Yeah, it's a good move, Mr. Dave. So if anybody has any stocks or got any questions, we've got time, baby. 21 minutes till the market opens. You guys asking me how long I've been in the business? I think you know that already. I was physically in the industry for 25 years. Not interested in what I do for work, Ant? Has my shine dullened? I lost my shine. There's more shine to come. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe and hit the bell, because I'm streaming from off the grid, and it's very likely that I'm going to drop the signal and I'll have to upload the stream again. So you'll get a notification as long as you hit that bell. And hit the like, because it's kind of like a tip to the host. Yeah, we got some new faces, new friends, new free folk. Breaking the chains, earning a living off the grid. So I'm looking at the ES right here, the equity futures, the S&P 500 futures, and you can see it's doing the consolidation. So you could trade this if this holds consistent. This is a bull flag, and you could just take that bull flag, or you could take the high, and that's going to happen at the open. So that's kind of an indication that the market at the open is going to pop up. I mean, we're already up 12 points. We know that, but that's just going to support a continuation of the move up. Oh, another electrician. Look at that, Ant. Tell them what you're about. Anthony's my new producer director. Oh, I'm about making money. I'm about making money under my own terms. Living a clean life. Sometimes I'm in the mountains, sometimes I'm on a sailboat. Currently, I'm just watching the markets. Got Microsoft up, kind of flat actually. Apple's kind of flat. Amazon's up 16, which is pretty much flat for Amazon. Tesla is down, a fraction. But did you hear the Tesla S Plaid? A tinder box. Looks like one of them burst into flames while the owner was driving. They didn't get too deep into what caused it, but I think one of those batteries fired up. $57. Yeah, you know what? This is a good way to figure out how to develop another stream of revenue, and just manage your own funds. You know, this way. I mean, I'm finding that a lot of older folks are retiring, you know, and they have a fixed income, and I see a lot of them living in communities that have common fees or management fees or maintenance fees. And those fees keep going up, their utilities keep going up, and they're at a fixed income, and all they're doing is deteriorating their quality of life. So it's kind of important that you have a means of revenue, or some means of generating additional money into your retirement. Because, I mean, this is like a subscription life, so it's as though society just has all these lines tapped into you to suck your cash out, and it doesn't stay fixed. Everybody's retires on fixed income. But you know, the cost of living just does not stay fixed, and people get just drained. No, it wasn't involved in a crash, Ant. It was he was just driving along, and something heated up. He saw smoke in the back of the car, and then he was kind of stuck in the car and had to force his way out. But that, yeah, you know, they just touched on it lightly. They didn't get into you know, what ignited. Yeah, that's interesting stuff. I like nano computers. I like robotics. Space travel, I think, is really good. I've got a ton of SpaceX, not SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, and actually it's up $10 today, back up 10, because they're going to launch Branson, which I'm a little uncomfortable with, because God forbid there's a problem and they blow this guy up. Forget about it. Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Galactic, all of those companies are going to tank. So I think I might put a hedge on, just until the mission's over. Grid Dave. How about David off grid? Did they have earnings or something, NVDA? And I'm not teaching you how to trade options. I use options as my trading vehicle, but hopefully I'm teaching you price action, proper setups, and how to read charts. The class of vehicle that you trade is your own choice. You could use this in futures. You could use this on straight equities. I mean, it's really just simply price action, and that's really it. Price action and complemented with momentum. And I use the MACD just to confirm my trades and my entries. And that's it. Very simple setups. Trend reversals, breakouts, and micro trend breakouts. And Anthony takes a lot of trades. He's a little more active than I am. I'm going back to Financial Jesus. All right, cool. I can go with Financial Jesus, man. That had a ring to it. Rolls off the tongue. Really, we're looking for 3 trades. We're looking for the morning breakout, we're looking for the midday reversal, and we're looking for the afternoon breakout. And you'll find I trade very little. I don't take a lot of trades. I do some size on a good trade, and one decent trade could make me plenty of money. Did you? And I mean, you can see I have Tesla up here, and I usually have Amazon. I trade them, but there's just not enough movement in the market whatsoever. And I'm very risk adverse. You're going to hear me talk a lot about that. And the true sign of a good hedge fund or a good trader is a very light drawdown and a very small risk to reward ratio. So I mean, when you look at those matrix in a fund, that's what you want to see. You'll see a lot of guys that show incredible returns. Whoops, excuse me, for very short term, but they usually don't last. I mean, that's not where the smart money goes. They stick around. They, a flash in the pan. Yeah, there's a lot of scalpers out there. I know guys who just do a trade for $50. Just $50 a trade, bang, 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 bang. And they can do that 100 times a day. There's many different ways of trading. None is right. I mean, the only consistency, the underlying consistency between all of the trading philosophies is that is risk management. You have to have good risk management. But lots of different ways. There's no silver bullet either. So when the guy has the perfect indicator, the perfect setup, or guarantees returns, that's ridiculous. And really, what I show you here, what I teach you, is what every professional technical trader uses, which is simple price action. And when I say professional, I mean actually in industry, not trading as a retail trader. Using some sort of proprietary account. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Weeble's platform or their execution methods, but E-Trade is cool. TradeStation's a good one. I use Ninja just for my charting. I execute on different platforms, but I could direct my accounts from Ninja. I can execute on Ninja, but I don't because I'm streaming and charting from this software. If this goes down, I don't want the inability to access my trades. So it would appear that we're going to get that bull flag on the ES. I'm going to flip everybody over to the S&P. Should open up about 13 bucks. Supposed to be getting a storm coming in today. My next target is 43.63. I don't think we're going to get there today, but I think that's a pretty good long-term target. 7 seconds to market open. Oh, there she goes. I'm looking for a retrace. And then I might take a long. If it'll give me a retrace. Look at that pop. Oh, there's a retrace. Just watching the market, trying to figure out what it's going to do. Yep, Tesla's up 9 points. Yeah, that's always a good earnings play to do. I'm doing some training videos. One of the series is going to be earnings plays, which are pretty good because if you hit it right, you make a lot of money. But if you hit it wrong, you make just a little bit of money. So I'll share that option strategy with you in that series. So just keep checking back. I actually have a series I'm doing now, which is Trading 101. Just showing my setups and things like that. I'll put out another one probably this weekend, and just really taking you through the market right from the beginning. But if you like what we're doing, man, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we drop something. Hit the like because it goes a long way. If you want to help support the channel, you could share the channel, and there's a Twitter handle in the description. Or you could support the channel financially, and there's a PayPal link down there. And after you view my training videos, you will see that I need to hire some people to help me with the professionalism of YouTubing. So it's interesting. We got some mixed markets. The Russell's trading off. The composite is up, but you'd really consider that flat. It's only up 73, and the S&P is up 10. Nothing terribly exciting. I didn't like the retrace and the break, so I didn't take that break, or the flag on the retrace. So I'm just watching the market, looking for an opportunity to get involved. We had a pretty good up week, so there may be a little profit taking going into this long weekend. I do believe. You're welcome, Dave. I appreciate that, man. It's been pretty cool. It keeps me busy while I'm trading, because trading can be boring. So I have some people I could hang out with and chat with, and just the positive karma, helping people out. I genuinely believe that when you do good, it returns to you tenfold. So I could use all the favor I could get, especially if I set C. Wyatt's got his play. Tesla 1,000 calls for earnings play. Your strike price is 1,000? Yeah, you never bet against Elon on earnings. I mean, you could always take a hedge. Anything could happen, but it always seems that he'll have a surprise in there or what have you. And his deliveries pretty much met his quotas. So you never bet against Elon. Again, the manner in which I play earnings is just a touch sophisticated, and if you get it wrong, you could hurt yourself. So that's why I don't really publish them right now. But once I get that training series out, and I know everybody understands what I'm doing, then I'll talk more about that and the spreads I do. It's just a long and arduous journey. Right now, everybody's cool with directional trades, and it's a great place to start and understand, and we can feel each other out. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know if it's bashing them, because the reality is that the company's only profitable because of those emission credits, and when that ends, the picture ends. But to analyze the business, I mean, his production and delivery is always on point, and lots of new companies operate, in the red for years, but his cash burn is fine. So I mean, come earnings time, that 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 credit issue is irrelevant. Um, as far as a long-term picture, he's not as proven as General Motors, Porsche, Volkswagen, Ford, all these titans that are stepping into the industry. And I could see that point. But, two different issues. Trading earnings and investing in a company on the long term, two entirely different arguments. So the credit argument is really an investment argument. It's irrelevant on how this guy's going to perform quarter to quarter. Yeah, that's yeah, that's what you hear. It's a valid. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the car production and the delivery, and that's what it's about. That's what and you know what? Earnings season is about earnings, no matter where the earnings come from. Again, it's a different evaluation of the company. Whether I'm going to take a trade for the next day based on his earnings, or whether I'm going to sock this bad boy away for generational wealth in my portfolio. Two different ways of looking at it. And I think you all know I'm a big fan of Elon. I mean, big fan. It's just, I don't think he's making a mistake with Tesla. I just don't think the aspect of the electric vehicle is going to be his strongest point for that company. So S&P's rolling over a little bit. Looks like it might be making a move for the open, which is the low. I wouldn't mind a gap fill today, juice up the price of some options. Or maybe close that gap and turn around and rally back. That would be a nice move. Yeah, that's funny, right? Yeah, he probably is an alien. And they like clue him in on what's going on in the Arctic and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Looks like we're just moving into a consolidation now on the S&P. Russell just keeps pushing down. Had a little, made a little attempt at an up move. Financials are trading off. Energy's trading off. Oh, there we go. Another push to the top. I was watching bonds. It's interesting. I had expected that bonds would push up a little more aggressively. People are very favorable on the payroll report, but it is kind of tying the hands of the feds, or forcing them to acknowledge that this inflation might be more systemic than transient. I just don't think that the average investor is recognizing that yet. So if you're new to the channel, drop me a chat, add to some content. I'm happy to answer any questions, or look at some securities if you want me to. It'd be best if you gave me a general idea of why you're investing and what the time frame is, whether it's a long-term thing or a trade, or what time frame the chart you want me to look at. And any other questions, hey, right down to how they get the M's on M&M's. And if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I am up and running. I just want to trade, man. It's been so long. I think I might. Nah, I don't even know if I want to take that break. Yeah, you know what? I like that break. The 5-minute momentum looks good. 2-minute looks good. I'm gonna have a go at it. Got a bull flag pushing through. Really don't have any targets because you're making new highs. There she goes. Go, baby, go. Yeah, just no energy. I'm going to take a third off right here. Move to my break even. It's just we've been popping a couple of bucks and then whipping back. And bonds are rising. Come on, a little more. Trend lines and gaps. Well, there is something in there on trend lines. and how I use them. I think that was the second video. I'll go through it and see how thorough it was, or what I could add to that. And gaps. Yeah, this is the retrace it always takes. See if it does a last kiss on that. See if it does a last kiss on that high. What are the questions you have about gaps, Tommy? Because there's not a whole lot to them. Come on. Taking another third off right up here. Give it a push. There you go. I got my last third at a break even. If this is going to work, it's not going to break below that. Actually, I'm going to just leave it at the break even. Now, you know what? I'm going to just come to this bottom. I guess that'll cover my commissions if it whips back there. My crabs are doing good, Chris. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it's some small ones, nothing worth eating, but Crabzilla escaped. I had hoped, I had one monster crab in there, and I was hoping for another, and that would have been pretty good with some corn, but that sucker got out. I got to change my my trap. But hopefully I get more crabs this afternoon. There's something you don't think you would have said, huh? So we just took this break of the high, and I got 2/3 off the trade, and I just got knocked out of my last. So it's not bad. I captured probably about $1.50 a contract. On 2/3 my size. Oh, look at that. That's a shame. It'll probably take off from here. See, but that's the problem with this market. It's just whippy like that. You know, that baby should have just kept running. And I think 43.36 was a good target. But the 2 minute momentum is rolling over, and the 5 minute looks like it's flattening out. Although there's a really nice bear flag on the bull flag. I'm sorry, and you know, you can see a bull flag execute right here. That one, if you want to keep trading it, it's just everything else is rolling over a little bit. Makes me apprehensive, and there's just no run. You pop up in the morning, and the rest of the day you just end up chopping around. And bonds are ripping. I mean, that usually brings the markets down. Seems like every time Virgin Galactic gets up in that 55, 56 area, people sell into that. Good job, man. Good job. Did you take that break of the high, Wyatt? Is that how you traded it? Or what was your entry? If you cared to share. It's interesting. Tesla's up, Microsoft's up, Apple's up, Amazon's up, Composite's up, but it looks like it's fading back. And the Russell is just trading off. There's actually a lot of movement in the Russell. I think I should start looking at the Russell. Yeah, some volume in it too. You could probably get a trade off on the Russell. I'm just looking at it, watching it. I have some really good setups for the Russell also, especially early morning setups. Yeah, that's cool. I was just wondering what your entry is. You just wait for the price to go to 0.5 and sell at 0.53. Still a bull flag on the S&P 5-minute, S&P 500 5-minute. I mean, right now the entry would be at about 33.61. . 33.68 would be the entry on the 5-minute flag. But you're 250 a day. Can't argue about that, man. So, Tom, if I see tops like this, I would put a trend line in, right? And trend lines, you kind of take pivots. This one I'm not even too crazy about. I don't like doing a jump across the trend line. You could argue that that's a test right there. But if I remain below this trend line, then my bias is going to be bearish. I would be bullish above it, but I don't know that breaking it I would take the trade, because the momentum will dictate that to me. Even on this 5-minute flag, I'm a little apprehensive because getting some very bullish momentum on the 2-minute. So I'm thinking this 5-minute could make a double top. And we've already at, so this is the opening range high right there. I'll probably hold out and see if we could break that, and obviously the opening range low is right here, and we're only talking about 8 points, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a very productive trading day today unless we get something extreme. I'd probably take a break of the ranges either way. We could argue that we had an upward move, so we could look for a reversal in about a half hour. So we're testing that trend line. So now the 5-minute bull will trigger at 33.20. There it goes. The next test, if it's going to run, would be the 34.24. Could get rejected there. 34.16, which is also the opening range high. So if you took that flag, your stop should be right down here. If it breaks below that stop, the idea doesn't work, and we move on and look for the next trade. Yep, I definitely see that the downtrend is, even the 2-minute, the momentum is bearish. If it does test it, then that's a double top on the 5-minute. Yeah, and that's not how a break of a flag is supposed to behave. So even if you took that trade, I would close it right here. It may still run, but if it doesn't behave properly, I'm out. This is bonds right here, and it looks as though bonds are trying to break out. The 10-year. Or no, that's the 30-year. The ZB is the 30-year. Yeah, it's just no movement. I mean, just in a consolidation now. So the flag hasn't failed, but that's not how how it should behave. It should break and run. But once it breaks below this low, you could technically call it a fail. Russell's moving nicely. It's down 20. Had a nice consistent move off of a double top. That would have been the play. So the flag has failed. Should turn to a bearish move. Just a lot of congestion in here. I'm just not trading in such a narrow channel. Financials are down aggressively. Energy's down. It's probably going to drag the market down. Looks like the composite's turning around. Might go for a gap fill. Hmm. Oh, that's it. All right. Oh, I might have said a dirty word. I forgot I was streaming when I was messing with something. Got a little divergence on the 2 minute. Got a divergence on the 1 minute. Could even call it a divergence on the 5 minute. I'm sorry I'm quiet. I'm just watching the market, trying to figure out where it's heading. It's those financials that are really just holding the S&P down. It's heading to the right. That's very funny. Got a bull flag building on the 30-minute. Yeah, I mean, it's just consolidating right now. It looks like it's trying to make that break. This might be a good trade right here, and see that 30-minute bar? I mean, a bear flag on a 30-minute bar, that's usually a good long run. But that bar still has 2 minutes to close. And this is, if it closes down here, this is the textbook flag. Momentum's still strong on the 30-minute. You could take that break too, if it breaks the opening range. 5 minute has a bull flag leading into the break of the opening range, which it triggered and then it traded off again. I think I'd like to see how that 30-minute bear flag plays out. I mean, we're going into a long weekend. You know, people could have pulled the day today, and you know, there's not a lot of trading going on. Nobody's really positioning themselves. And I'm really expecting, you know, being that it was such an up week, I'm expecting a little profit taking today. May happen in the afternoon. So now this flag on the 30 triggers at 33.97. You get 2-point risk on it. It's really, for a 30-minute bar, that's it's pretty small risk. Yeah. Um, well, I got some projects on the boat that I'm going to do to get it ready. That'll keep me busy. And then Sunday, this town is doing a little 4th of July celebration. So I'll go check that out. Supposed to be a nice weekend. They're calling for rain today, but it hasn't come through. Saw a bunch of shrimp boats go out today. I think I'm going to shoot down to the dock and see if I can handle up some shrimp. What should I have? Shrimp tacos? Or should I make shrimp scampi? You know trading slow when you're already thinking about what you're going to make for dinner. What, in your honest opinion, Kerry? All I got is in my honest opinion. Didn't share that opinion. I'm always open for an opinion. Yeah, I don't even know if I'll take that break at the opening range. I'm gonna wait for this this flag, which I guess will precede breaking that range. So yeah, I guess we're all taking the same trade. There's just no momentum, man. I mean, we're just not moving. Anybody gonna offer me some directional advice on whether I should make shrimp tacos or shrimp scampi? I mean, these are important questions. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself now, but this is like the worst time to trade. Wait until the fall, man. Um, so you know that I take very few trades, and yet I mean, I could easily take 3 trades during the. I probably will take 3 trades during the fall, and then yet there could be many more in the day. Yet it gets fun then. It's always fun when you're in a trade and it's moving. I mean, I hate sitting in a trade and waiting for it. I hate waiting to take a trade, but when they're popping up left and right and they're moving, a lot of fun. Okay, I got a scampi. I got a shrimp tacos from LA, man. Yeah, I actually did a Baja 500 race with my firm, and I had 3 cars in there, and we dined up, man, going through the Baja, on the off hours. Shrimp tacos were a big thing. We actually had a road crew follow us, and when we took a break, they had lunch ready for us. We raced the unlimited class so many years ago. I think I'm going to try this with a very small position. So that's where I got turned on to shrimp tacos. $33.97. Got that 2-minute momentum rolling over. 5 minutes still looking kind of bearish, but that could be a low. I got to take that break, man. What's bugging me is the Russell is just selling off. The Dow's only at 48. I don't want to get caught in a head fake. Tesla's even doing the give back. Oh man, Ant, you got to get out there, buddy. Go get yourself a shrimp taco. They're good. No, it's whole shrimp. Usually whole shrimp in there. And then the sauces and vegetables are more geared towards the fish side. So it could be like coleslaw and like a tartar sauce instead of salsa. Or could be like corn salsa that's in there with it. I'm sure everybody has their own spin. Getting a little discouraged. Nah, no ground beef. Is it hard to hear me? Hold on. I could turn the mic up. I can't really get rid of that background noise. If you're familiar with the channel, you'd know that I'm on a boat, and actually that's an air conditioner compressor you hear, and it's really right next to me. And yeah, you know, being on the boat, I have little option. I'm just stuck at the chart table. But if I didn't have the air conditioner going, it would be like 108 in the cabin right now. So I have to keep that baby pumping. But hopefully this is a little better, Dr. KC. Nah, pre-K, huh? Hey, let me know if the sound improved, if you guys could hear me better. Oh, okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, so I'm still watching this bear flag, but I'm really getting uninspired here. I don't like the way the market's moving. It's just like drifting. The Russell keeps pushing further down. Looks like the composite's selling off. It's around the time of a midday reversal. It's got to be quiet now, right? I killed the compressor, but it's heating up in here like real fast. Looks like the storm's coming in too. Yeah, we can't have that. Sorry, got to put that compressor back on. Ooh, that's quick. It's getting so hot here real fast. Burger King, root beer. I'll tell you, at this point in my life, that stuff will all kill me. I think you guys know how I feel about dirty meat. I'll only eat meat that's grass-fed, grass-finished. If you do the homework, man, it would blow your mind. The difference. I mean, it's on two ends of the spectrum, where red meat is almost a carcinogen when it's grain-fed, and a superfood when it's grass-fed. Yeah, you're 33. Yeah, let me tell you, your 30s probably going to be the best time of your life, because you have that energy that you had when you're in your 20s, but you're taken seriously. You know, and you don't really have to work that hard for the respect you deserve. And it just was the best time of my life, I think. I mean, although 40s were great too. 40s were off the hook, actually. But yeah, I think my 30s were a lot better than my 20s. You know, energy comes from a Red Bull can. But I got to tell you, I can't argue about my 50s either. Those are doing pretty well too. I'm having a good time. Yeah, I had heard it said that if you work at something you love, you never work a day in your life. I mean, when I was in industry, I woke up at 5 and didn't go home until after 12 in the evening, and didn't feel like I worked at all. You know, I just loved it. I just loved what I did. I loved being there. I loved the action, the excitement, the change, the challenge. So if you feel that way, that you're working a job, you might want to reconsider what you're doing. man, it heated up real quick in here when I turned that compressor off. Yeah, it doesn't even look like that flag is triggering. I mean, we still have 8 minutes on this bar, and then if this bar closes, the trigger on the flag becomes the 33.85. But the market is so dead that I mean, I really don't see momentum coming in just because that flag triggers. And the Russell is still selling off. I'm really expecting the S&P to sell off. It looks like we're just creeping our way down to the opening range low. Yeah, 30s is the new 20s, yep. And 40s, new 30s, and 50s, new 40s. I definitely think my lifestyle is, in my 50s, is more consistent with my father's 40s. I mean, I don't feel like I'm in my 50s. Could be, you know, that I focus on my diet and nutrition. That might be what does it. AMC 100K. I see this all over social media. Is that even possible? Thoughts? Well, I'll tell you. Is it possible? You know, I've heard a lot of different scenarios going on out there. It hit 70, so 100,000, 30 more points. I mean, if you got all the shorts to close, 100,000. No, man, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, 100. Yeah, you know, the price of 100 could be possible, but come on, man. I mean, what is it in competition with Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway? I mean, 100,000. You know, I mean, Tesla is an innovator in a brand new industry, in a brand new market, and it's at 600. You know, 680. Amazon, which is king ding-a-ling in retail, is at 3,400. You know, so that's funny, man. Hey, do me a favor, go to the channels that are preaching the 100,000 and tell all those guys to come over here, because they're gonna get hurt following these bozos that are preaching this 100,000. Yeah, you know. I mean, it's even bold to make such a statement that it's not going to happen, but it's such a long shot, man, that I'm comfortable. Yeah, I would risk getting egg on my face and saying, yeah, you know, it's not even a pipe dream. It's like a ridiculous concept. You know, I'm certain there's no professional in the industry that is anticipating $100,000 price on AMC. 100, 125, it might happen. But really, I mean, you know, yeah. Um, Yeah, I would argue that lifespan is longer concept, loop and loop. Socrates and his contemporaries died in their 80s. I think Socrates died at 88. A lot of his contemporaries died at 84. The truth of the matter is we reduced child mortality. So you know the value of a zero on an average. I mean, you start pulling that off and the average goes up. So, you know, that has a lot to do with it, and that was based on nutrition. But honestly, if you lived past 10 years old back in the day, in Socrates' day, you had a very good chance of living into your 80s. And the number one cause of death for people between, I guess, 25 and 40 was blunt trauma. So basically, you know, it was, you know, in battle, or you got run over by a bison or something. So, you know, I always argue that stat. Yeah, and people, I mean, that's a big American thing. Like, you know, because of our medical industry, our lifespan is longer, and, you know, we're living longer. And that's how Pfizer pumps you guys into buying all their drugs, really. That's the pitch, you know. So now you have all these people living until, like, 88, but on, you know, maybe $30,000 a year worth of prescription medicines, you know, where I remember my grandmother who died at 89 and she didn't take anything. They didn't have anything, you know, there were no statins and stuff like that, you know, and, you know, I mean, my grandparents died in their 80s without all of this, you know, blood pressure medicine, all the shit that they pump into people. You know, with their ridiculous concepts. I mean, yeah, a lot of you guys are young, but, hey, Lux, hello. I remember in, I guess it was the late 70s, they preached that you didn't eat butter if you had high cholesterol or a heart attack, and they recommended everybody eat margarine, right? Which is just a trans fat, man. And now when they look back on those medical recommendations, they see that probably caused about 70,000 heart attacks in the U.S. alone. You know, that one bit of advice. Oh, look, we're breaking, what is it, in the 2 minute? We're breaking that. Man, I just don't have the heart to get involved with that. 33.97. I don't think I'm going to take that. So, all right, Lutz, well, this is the place for you, man. We break it down. Check out some of my Trading 101 channel videos, and kind of breaks it down. And I go through my setups and talk about my trades so that you see what's happening. There's no magic bullet here. You know, this is what's been done for from the beginning of time in technical trading, and doesn't take any magic indicator or anything like that. And a lot of guys hopped on the channel and traded with me for a few days, and now they're doing pretty well. You know, some are paper trading, some are live trading, but I think I might have had a positive effect on everybody. But if not, we get to hang out and keep each other company, which is important. So anyway, back to the medical industry. I mean, you know, the U.S. is like the 34th in chronic care in the world. As far as acute care, we're like number one. So, you know, if you have an accident, lose an arm, have a heart attack, this is the place to be. You know, they're going to save your life. They're going to fix you, get you going. You can't beat it. But as far as chronic care, we are the worst. And that's because the pharmaceuticals and insurance companies run the industry. I mean, a simple concept to think about is if your tree was sick, you wouldn't go and treat the leaves, right? If you saw the leaves are falling off, they're brown, you wouldn't treat the leaves. You would treat the environment. And that's something we don't do. And if you look at Eastern medicines, you'll find that you could do more with the body, or at least I feel, based on what I read. I guess I shouldn't say it as an end-all statement, but from the homework that I've done and the research that I've done, I'm more comfortable treating my body with nutrition and fasting than I am with medicines. And I'm dead convinced that it's just a matter of time before you hear about statins being a cause for Alzheimer's. And we're just pumping this country full of them, man. Full of them. And blood pressure medicines. I mean, a lot of countries and their medical industries believe that we cause strokes and heart attacks with the use of our wow, I am bouncing all over the place. The storm must be in. With the use of our blood pressure medicines. So anyway, I mean, I think that your health, just like your investing, is something that you should take ownership of and do the homework and not just rely on the doctors. Because you'd be surprised, man. A lot of doctors, they're just people and they just have no clue. And, look, 94. Man, I don't think I'm going to take that. Well, it's getting some energy. I'm so torn. Oh, yeah, it's raining now. I'm going to wait for the break of the high. A brethren? I don't understand what you mean by a brethren. See, now that bear flag triggered, and your stop should be at 30.95 plus or minus. But I'm not comfortable with it, so I'm going to wait and see if we break that high. Yeah, I still don't know what you're getting at, Anth. Well, Lux, I'm looking at Ninja Trader, and that's not what I trade on, but that's what I use to do my charts and things like that. And just because I've been using it for years and I'm comfortable, I like the layout and things like that. But you could point this to different brokerage firms. So I can execute on this and point it to whatever firm I have holding my funds. Might be an option. I like Interactive Broker as a brokerage firm, but I don't like their charting facilities. So you could get like NT8, Ninja Trader 8, and point it to Interactive Broker, and execute on Ninja Trader, but have it cleared in your brokerage firm. Just an option, but. Oh, I've never seen that. No, man, I eat. I fast too. I mean, I fast regularly. I do 3-day water fasts regularly. I really believe in it. But yeah, I mean, I eat meat and I eat vegetables. But I eat clean. I don't eat anything white. I don't eat white bleached out flours and processed sugars and stuff like that. I don't drink any soda. The only thing I ever drink is water. I don't even drink fruit juices because it's just pure sugar. I eat lots of fruit, but I don't drink fruit juices. And then all the meats I eat are clean, and I don't eat processed foods. I do eat only whole foods, and it made all the difference in the world. I mean, I don't take any statins. I have 4 stents in my heart from a heart attack that was well earned. And I mean, I could run 6 miles. I'm a little fat right now. Kind of got that dad bod going on. Got a little belly on me. A little COVID belly. Yeah, I like the daily fast. I kind of eat on that pattern too. I actually started fasting in the 90s, doing the 3-day water fast. But in the past 4 years, I've kind of adopted that daily schedule. But the water fast is a really good reboot, especially when I find I start craving pastries and stuff like that. I do a nice 3-day water fast. But I've read studies where in Russia they use fasting to fight cancer and dissolve the cancer tumors and stuff, because your body first goes after abnormal proteins when it starts fasting. So and then I've read lots of studies where people have or doctors actually have just used it to dissolve beauty marks and blemishes on skin and stuff like that, and clear up skin and things. Those are long-term supervised fasts, but there's a lot of homework on it. But there's no money behind it because the pharmaceuticals won't make money on it. Pharmaceutical companies, unless they can figure out how to get you on the comeback for not eating, or maybe tax you for not eating. Then you'll see support in that research. Yep. And my wife is very into holistic healing. I call it holistic healing, but she has another name for the type of medicine that she practices. But we commonly get into debates because I'm so anti-medical industry. So she takes it very personal, but she understands my points. But she too very, very, very rarely puts people on medicines. And then when they do come to her, she's usually cutting a lot of the medicine that they're in out and changing their lifestyle and diets. And her patients do phenomenally well. Phenomenally well. Yep, any abnormal week. Yeah, exactly, man. So just knowing that. See, that's what I'm saying. People have to own their bodies and own their illnesses, and they'll understand what's going on in their body and make better choices. But just knowing that you can eat up weak and dead cells. I mean, why wouldn't that be the first line of defense? First get the body healthy. Then, if the body can't heal itself, then you supplement it somehow. But nope, right away, man, they're putting people on drugs. I mean, they do it to my parents, and I'm always preaching this stuff. So can imagine what it's like having Sunday dinner with me. But again, I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to advise them on what to do, but I do offer my opinion for sure. Yeah, it's your age too, pal. That gets harder and harder. I mean, you need less and less calories. Your body metabolizes stuff a lot less. Like I only use 40% of the protein that I consume. At your age, you're probably using about 80% of the protein that you consume. You know what I mean? I mean, the body just changes. You just got to figure out. Yeah, sugar is just downright poison. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he wrote the book Pumping Iron, made a statement that he doesn't eat any white poison, and he was referring to white bleached flours and sugar. And now everybody's just kind of getting on to the idea, But I wouldn't be surprised if the sugar industry goes the way of the tobacco industry, with lawsuits and prosecution. because I mean that stuff is just downright toxic, man, toxic. And I think in the 70s we consumed something like 16 pounds of sugar a year per person, and now it's up to like 84. You know, don't quote me on the numbers, but in the spirit of it, it was some amazingly ridiculous number, like the increase in sugars. Yeah, where was that research conducted, though, man? In the U.S. or outside the U.S.? Yeah, but as you age, your body absorbs less of the protein. So you may be able to absorb the 25 grams, but at my age, I can't absorb the 25 grams. Or as I consume it, I'll only absorb about 40%. So I actually have to take in more protein to for my body to absorb its tolerance of protein. No, man. Some chickens make white eggs. Some chickens make brown eggs. I mean, there are chickens that make colored eggs, like polka dot colored eggs. Um, they call them like Easter egg chickens or something like that. Looks like we're testing that high. What time is it? Oh no, my trading platform went down. That sucks. Now I can't even get in the trade if I wanted to. Really? In the US? No, white eggs aren't bleached. They're a natural egg that chickens lay. I mean, duck eggs are white. Like Rhode Island Reds and I forget the other ones that I had, but they all laid brown eggs. But I've had chickens. I don't remember which chicken it was that laid white eggs. But nope, they're. I thought you were in the mountains, man. You don't have a lot of chicken farms around there? Oh, look at that. It did the break, whipped right back, although it is retracing again. Maybe the stock gods knocked my trading platform out to keep me out of that trade, huh? Yeah, a lot of chickens lay good, easy raising chickens. It's probably a Rhode Island red chicken. That's a very popular chicken for homesteaders. I raise them, and they're really resilient. They grow quickly and really good layers. Oh yeah, I kind of keep track of the papers published on the JAMA website, and like to read um, what they put out. Seems non-biased. Oh, you're in Boston? Yo, look at that price action, man. How do you not get hurt on a trade like that? Anybody ever eat duck eggs? They're phenomenal. Oh, is that how you don't get hurt on a trade like that? By reading the tape? Was it light volume that made that move? Yeah, I was apprehensive about taking it just on the price action that preceded it. Hmm. Yeah, quail eggs are good, but got to eat a whole bunch of them. Duck eggs doesn't sound appetizing. They're delicious. Yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't want to work that hard for my money, Wyatt. Yeah, duck eggs. So you do trade like that, or you haven't traded like that in 7 years? Oh man, I can't get my platform up. I am having some serious. I just had a storm come through here, and it knocked out one access. I'll be right with you guys.